card. Middle path, finding balance, using patience, beginnings, endings of a cycle, letting go, change. I'll take that as it resonates. I hope everybody's been doing all right today. What was that? I was watching something earlier. It triggered me, and I was going to tell y'all about it, but oh, I was watching this movie called The Shack. Okay, and there was this man went through a traumatic experience. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about all that, but he then he had a spiritual experience. So he came in the presence of I am, which was in the form of three different beings. Okay, the I am of the fatherhead was a female. And the I am of the Son, he was a man, and the I am of the Holy Spirit was on there. And she was a Chinese woman, but she collected tears, okay? But anyway, I was going to ask y'all, because it was kind of profound, that he was sitting in the presence, like he was breaking bread with God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, okay? And they kept saying throughout through that dinner, that we don't quite understand. We don't, why God does, allow things to happen and don't stop it and that, okay? It's because it's something of a bigger, God sees the whole bigger plan, okay? And certain things have to take place in order to reach that plan, okay? And the movie tapped into me that nothing here on earth lasts forever. Everything on earth here dies, okay? And like, the relationships that we have are only brief. They're brief for a small little tiny moment, okay? So we need to like cherish those moments, because the relationships that we have in our lives are very brief, okay? I don't know, it triggered me. And I was going to ask y'all too, leave something down in the comments. If you was able to be in the presence of God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, what would you ask them? Like, what would you say? What would you ask them? Okay, we got the Death card, the Temperance card, the Knight of Cups. So something is coming through. There's some kind of balance coming through. There's an ending of a cycle and a change. Yes, Jesus is King. Exactly. What would you ask Jesus if you were standing in his presence? What would you want to say to Jesus? Really hard question. I would want to say, I love you. I would want to say thank you, but I don't know if I would. It's just like that song. I can only imagine. Like, would I fall to my knees because in just being in his presence and his glory, or would I be able to speak? you know. I mean, I talk to Jesus all the time in spirit, in prayer, in meditation, but to be right in the presence of Jesus, what would you say? I mean, I just don't know what I would say. Yeah, I would ask that. I mean, I don't know. I know I would be like in the I can feel it now, like be in the presence of thank you. Exactly, Heather. That's what I would feel. Like I feel like I would be in the presence of wanting to thank him. Thank him for not leaving me alone. Thank him for being with me through it all, through all of the trials and and everything that he took on. I mean, like we look at our little pitiful lives, okay? Somebody's getting a brand new beginning, an earth angel, okay? But we look at our little pitiful lives, okay? And yeah, he's the example, okay? But if you really stop and think about it for a second, He took on your life and my life and my mom's and your dad's and, you know, all the sins, all the hate and hurt and pain and all of that we went through, that we've gone through individually, and how heavy that was, just that on just our own little sins, how heavy burden that was, and to think about the burden that Jesus carried for every one of us. Man, that right there just, oh, I mean, because I can tell y'all the weight of my burdens, okay, are not very light, okay, and I can only imagine what it must have felt like. Like, he was the reason that we have the Holy Spirit in us, that it was a gift given to us. Jesus. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I think about that. And, you know, that movie triggered the crap out of me about that. It's a pretty good movie. It's called The Shack, okay? It's got, I forgot that lady's name. She's in a lot of movies. Let me see. Octavia Spencer. She's the father. She's God the Father in the movie, okay? This is the guy going through the shit, okay? See, she's the father. But she decided to come in nurturing form, motherly form for him, because his father was very abusive and a drunk and shit like that. And so God decided to come in a more nurturing form that he wouldn't reject or like try to argue or fight with, okay? Which is amazing too. But that movie's pretty interesting. And it does make you stop for a second and pause and go, okay, what would I say to God? What would I say to God? Like, what would I say to God in his presence? Like, I can speak to him in spirit, but, you know, to really stop and think about that, it's amazing. Okay, somebody's defending, somebody's about to get this new beginning, standing their ground, taking the high road. I'm telling you, somebody is taking the high road, okay? Doing what they're asked, doing what they're guided to do. What else did he say to him? He was talking to God. He talked to each one of them individually, okay? Jesus was like, very like relaxed, chilled out, like really relaxed. Said that he relaxes and rests, that he usually just goes fishing for the fun of it. And the guy said, well, you could just command the fish, because he said he was having a hard time getting this like 5-pound fish. And he said you could just command the fish to, you know, get on the hook. And he said that would take all the fun out of it. And he said that's why, I mean, like, Jesus is just like chilling in heaven waiting on his return. He's just waiting on the time of his return. Because he said that that's why the Holy Spirit was there in the presence, like, all the time. All of them, all three are one in the we're in their presence all the time. Like, all the time, okay? And he says, why do you just sit and watch and that and that and that, okay? And they were like, it's like, they were like saying, like, it's kind of like something that's already been like predetermined. That's what they were saying, okay? It's like something that's already been predetermined and they're just watching it play out, okay? That's what they were talking about. It was crazy. Look, we're talking about this man. Golly, this man comes up, right? So the Holy Spirit collects our tears because our tears speak straight from our soul. I was going, whoa, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. I was going, whoa, man. I mean, it was really deep. It was really deep when I was receiving out of it, y'all. So y'all take what resonates, okay? Alright, tell me what collective needs to talk about. It's just something about a troublemaker and a heartbreaker trying to do something, okay? To a earth angel. Man, it's a story as old as time. God, dog, shut the crap up with that shit. Beauty and the Beast, okay? The devil's a heartbreaker. Someone's trying to break your heart, okay? Trying to break an earth angel's heart. Something about seeing from a higher perspective. Or moving on, moving away from it. Rising. It says feeling abandonment, finding a new path. So let's find out what's going on with the collective today. Alright, I'm going to, we'll put that and stack some of that on the top, and then I'm going to cut the cards. Because we already knew what that 8 of Cups was, so I'm going to cut the cards like this. Alright, y'all. Y'all take what resonates. If it resonates with you, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you can, try to let that question that I ask you resonate, okay? So, we got the 2 of Pentacles. Finding some kind of balance in the ups and downs of life, okay? Getting some type of recognition, of victory over these habits, possibly. But something's coming out. There's some kind of celebration. Look, this card is making me feel like that somebody was downing your ideas, putting your ideas down or something. But something is coming. Look, someone's trying to. It's like they was downing your ideas so they could steal them. This is like someone was like trying to down your ideas so they could take them, so they could steal them from you. Started with the 2 of Pentacles. That's what it looks like. It's the internet. Then it says something about the moon card. So y'all take what resonates. This is skeptical. It's like someone's trying to cause chaos for some reason, but it's all going to be cleared up. Something's going to happen like a domino effect, y'all. Keeps on showing that. Look, you're going to receive some kind of employment or some kind of generosity. Public recognition. You're going to get some kind of... you're going to be recognized and receive something for hanging on. In the midst of all this chaos, 5 Pentacles. Some kind of scandal's being revealed. What is a scandal? Some kind of scandal being revealed. On the Empress. The King of Cups. Fool card and Justice. Somebody's defending something to bring in this justice. Some kind of scandal's being revealed. The Emperor. Behind the Empress. Well, somebody was trying to trap this Empress. Block this Empress and this Emperor. Look at that. But it's changed. Look at that. Somebody was trying to block this Emperor and this Empress. There was some kind of scandal. Started with that. We got the Empress. We got the 8 of Swords. And we got the 4 of Swords. Your faith. Something about your faith kept you elevated. It says they were trying to block you, this Emperor, from coming together. But you're receiving some kind of freedom. This Emperor's free. I'm telling you, this Emperor has made some kind of choice. He's free. He's free from some kind of scandal. Tell me what that's about. It says 7 Pentacles, 8 of Cups, abandonment. Someone abandoned their love, their lost love. I'm telling you, they're coming back. They were working. I'm telling you. They was working. Hard work paying off. And look, and they looks like they've been hunting you to tell you everything. This is somebody coming from the past to reveal some kind of scandal. That says scandal, okay? They're being divinely guided. This person is closing out a case. It ended with this 7 of Wands. Okay, and then this was in the deck behind the Emperor. Some kind of freedom. This Emperor was trapped in something. He's being freed, and somehow he's gonna. Looks like you've been trapped too. Okay. Tell me what's going on here. Give me a card represent collective. It says the Queen of Wands, the Six of Swords, and Three of Cups. Looks like you're leaving. You're moving. You're going through some kind of transition. You're going to move. Find some kind of friends. People that are like-minded. You feel too alone where you're at. Like a dark cloud hangs over you all the time. And that ain't you. Look into your future. Even if you got to do it by your damn self. I'm telling you, you've been working on something about your future. Manifesting it. Look, you have a great sense of humor. You're very funny. You're a funny person. Like you're funny. Like ha 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 funny. Looks like. Man, why do I feel like it says moving from trauma? But that looks like you can't find your way home. Like you can't find your way home. You stand out. Then you put yourself into some type of work. You're going to be the boss in some kind of work that you're going to enjoy. You're going to move away from this dark cloud energy to home. How is that going to take place? Because you're looking for a way, looking for some place to go. That looks like a tornado on the top of this mountain. Why I said that, I don't know. This looks like a fucking tornado in the water. You see that? Looks like a hurricane. That looks like a tornado, not a volcano. Some kind of relief. There's something about your humor here. There's something about your humor. And you fitting into something. Somebody's about to give you a paycheck. Because you're this unknown factor right here. You're the unknown factor with your truth on. With your superhero cape on. Somebody's about to give you a paycheck. You got it in your hand already. Like they're going to give it to you to come work. Tell me what this is. Queen of Wands with the Six of Swords. You're going to leave. You're going to go away from this heart. Look, you're going to be asked. Man, everything keeps pointing to this person wants to elope. Clarify that Lover's card. Two of Wands. Planning for the future. Traveling. Both of them, the Two of Wands and the Six of Swords are both traveling. We're talking about rules. Traveling the world. Because they're holding the world in their hand. That must be a dream of yours, collective. You're about to get an opportunity. Okay, now connect the Six of Swords to the Three of Cups. The Two Swords. A tough decision. Stuck in the middle. Clarify that. It says the King of Wands. Because he's been working on something. He's an undercover cop. Clarify the Two of Swords on that Three of Cups. He's in a band. Something's happened to that band or something. I'm telling you. That's a band. That Three of Cups is a band. That dark cloud is hanging over that town. This person is living in regret about you. It's like y'all are both seeking your way home. Both of y'all. Okay, clarify the Two of Swords and the Five of Cups about this tough decision and having regret. This person ghosted. You made them happy. That's a 2 and a 3 and a 5. You met this person before. But there's something like a dark cloud over this town. Y'all, this person been seeing you in their dreams, in their mind's eye. Thinking that they see you. They thinking that they see you pass by, or they heard your voice in the store, or some shit like that. Tell me, Two of Swords and the Five of Cups. The Magician. Willpower. Manifesting. He's manifesting you. He keeps thinking that he hears you. I'm telling you. He keeps thinking that he hears somebody calling his name or something, y'all. Or somebody sounds like you, or he hears, he's manifesting you, I promise. He's manifesting you. Got some flowers hidden to bring to you. Okay, he's afraid. Tell me about this magician. What's he doing? The Fool. He's manifesting this new beginning with you. Telling you, this person is visualizing you. He's sitting down, shutting his eyes, and visualizing you. Wonder if she's still in that dark-ass town. I don't want to go back to that dark-ass town. That motherfucking place sucks. He's visualizing you. This person thinks that he hears you. I promise you. He's manifesting a new beginning. He is manifesting a new beginning. There's something that's happened. He's come into some money. How did he come into money? Something about, somebody died. That's why he left. Now he's contemplating his future because he's alone. Because of work. He chose a work life. He's looking for his star. And that's you. He found you and left because of work. Somebody passed away right here. Left him something, I think. Whoa, look at how many. There's too many. It says the King of Pentacles. Left him a business. Look. Look at that. Left him a business he don't know how to run. This person passed away. And left him some kind of... He was the sole heir of something. I'm telling you. He was the sole heir. And now he's looking for somebody to share it with. Because he don't want somebody to be with him for his money. Look, and you ain't like that. But he's been dealing with a lot of fucking fuck shit people. Just like you have. Y'all, twice on all these pictures, I have seen the top hat. Two times. It's something about a top hat. The Monopoly man got a lot of properties. He's got a lot of property. Tell me what this disappointment is, because he's went and recovered. He went and recovered from whatever this heartbreak was. I was recovered over you. He recovered over some kind of heartbreak. He don't know if you're going to forgive him. You bring him hope. You helped him recover. Holy crap. He's a fan. He's been watching you. You helped him recover over some kind of bad heartbreak. Possibly a parent died or something like that, but you helped him recover. He keeps thinking that he hears you talking or something. He might do. You helped him recover over something. It says something about aggressiveness, no control, out of control, irresponsible, bullying, disappointed. Oh, he was going through grief when y'all met. He left because that person finally died. I'm telling you, he's trying to say that he was grieving. He was being a bully. He was being cold, and he disappeared. But he can't forget about you. He don't think you're going to forgive him. He was out of control. I'm telling you. And he was working on something. But he was grieving. He was grieving something in private. But he was working on something in private too. He misses you. That's what it says. He misses you. He feels like that you're not going to forgive him. Okay? So tell me what I need to know about this no control. Out of control. That's over with. The cycle's complete. It's got a successful ending. This person they ghosted. They had to go prepare for a death. And all kinds of stuff. The will, paying taxes on all that shit. Some kind of bunch of businesses. Like this person owns a bunch of businesses now. And they had to like get their shit together. Because they're leaving this kind of work. They're not doing this anymore. They want to have some kind of what looks to be a band. Tell me what this future is. What this future of foresight is. It says 5 of Wands. Arguments, aggression, competition, surrender, sacrifice, release, pause, and new perspective. He's got some kind of new perspective on what... He wants you in the band. Period. He's being drawn to you, called to you. This emperor's being told what to do by God. Plain and simple. Tell me, hangman to the hermit. He's hunting. He's been hunting someone just like you. Look, it says... These fill out in reverse. Stuck in the past and disappointed. This person is disappointed. Something about... This person feels like that you're gonna not speak to them. What's collective gonna do? It says something about because of the hardships, okay? They want your forgiveness for what you went through. I'm telling you, they're asking you to follow your heart on this. Telling you. It says the Empress. It might feel like a tough decision, y'all. I'm telling you. But in the end, it's going to work out for this Empress. And apparently for him too. Because he's... What's he been working on here? What's he been practicing? He's been practicing something. He's been practicing his faith. In rehab. While he was rebuilding something. He was rebuilding something. But he was practicing his faith. I'm telling you. Everything in me said that the high priest was going to fall out right here. This is the secret. He's been practicing his faith. He's been talking to God. He wants to reward you with something. He's got a bunch of businesses he don't know what to do with. Does he got a bunch of businesses he don't know what to do with? It's a 9 pentacles, 2 cups, and the chariot. Yep. He wants you to help him with them. He wants you to go be a part of it. He wants to elope. He wants to elope with a fair lady, the Empress. He's got a bunch of businesses. Look at all these businesses in the background. You see these businesses? And this right here is what he does for a living. There's a house that needs to be remodeled. We got a castle in the background that needs to be refurbished or what have you. I'm telling you, this person's got a bunch of businesses. They want to make you the boss of something. Because this is what they do for like a living. Looks like they're going to rush in. Looks like they're going to rush in the chariot. It says the Page of Pentacles, making plans, new job, practicality and potential. Look, it says there's going to be some kind of sudden upheaval, broken pride. He's got to ask for you for forgiveness. He can't hardly do it. But he's been practicing his faith. Look. It says the Sun card is some kind of theft. A deceit. What was these? A community. Oh, he's got to turn. He's about to turn in this community for something because he's a cop. It says vigilante. And it says over some kind of money. Money is coming. Business opportunities. He's about to turn in this looks like the mob. Look, that's why he's having anxiety. Look, this person may have been gone to a safe house or something for a while. Look. 9 swords, 10 swords. Rock bottom. He's going to have to turn it. I'm telling you. He's going to turn in this family. He wants you to come along with them. So is he going to a safe house? There's something like that, because he can't trust his family, can't trust the friends that he was around, just like you. 10-10 up there on the screen, y'all. So let me find out. Okay. Because he's coming back out of nowhere, because I guess there's a big case that he's going to have to be a part of. Has he been going to a safe house? 5 swords. Yeah, he's it landed in the upright, but he's got all the he has all the weapons. He has all the stuff, but it landed in the upright. Yeah, he's like in Arizona or Texas, the flatlands of the United States. But there's water there. Could be like Michigan. There's water there. Could be just by a lake. But he's about to turn in. He's about to turn over evidence on these people. And win the money. What it looks like. But he was taking care of some kind of inheritance. And going through a grieving process prior to this. There was shit going on in his work and in his home life. Look, adventure, enthusiasm, a creative spark, a new beginning. He's been in a safe house. Or a rehab or headquarters. Look, he's about to be free. Freedom, release, restore and control, and detach. It says Two of Wands, planning for the future. He wants to travel the world with you. Something about rules. Listen, he's been in a safe house, y'all. There's that lake. There's that pond. There's something about rules. What? You got to put on some kind of disguise? The rules. Oh, you can't never contact not another person in your family or nothing for the rest of your life. That's the rules. It says 9/11. It's going to be a tough decision, huh, collective? This is going to be your dreams come true in all aspects except for you have to walk away completely from your past life. Can you do it? You can't never, ever, 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 ever even try to contact your family again. Nothing. That's what Charlie Kirk's doing. I don't even mean to laugh, y'all, but that's God's truth. Charlie Kirk is alive in a safe house. Goat Beach. Goat Beach Ranch. Goat Ranch Beach. Whatever you call it. Can you do it? You don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that, collective. It's a question you need to ask your own self right now. Will you be able to? Because I just want to say, I mean, maybe that's what this reading is about. Me questioning the loyalty of the so-called family that you have. Because you might... you might even hear something about that. But before you even get asked the question, I'm asking you the question. Can you walk away from your family, your friends, everybody you ever knew, ever in this whole time you've been living on this earth? Can you walk away from all that for your happiness? That's a good question. Because, I mean, even though you don't know that that's your happiness, that leap is your happiness, even though you're unaware or you're in the unknown of it, can you make that decision that that's a possibility of happiness? You know what this situation is. Just saying. I mean, you know what you're dealing with everything that you've experienced up to now. You know what that entails. Can you walk away from that and never look back ever again? Get a razor out of it. Just erase your brain and just never look back ever again. Can you do it, collective? You know, and that's a good question too about the fucking erasure thing. When they erase their brain, how do they still know that they're them? How do they still know that they're Ariana Grande or whoever? Okay? Because they're getting erased like... Oh no, I guess they only erase her to a certain time. Like, oh, we only gonna erase her like 5 months of her brain. But she's been erased so fucking many times, you think it kind of make you wonder how the hell she even know. Me too. Me too, Nina. Let's get us an RV and let's just do it. Man, I don't know. I don't even know if I could do it with my mate. I'm so used to being, especially on the road by myself. But see, the thing about it is we gotta have some type of address. That was a big fucking deal when I was, what you quote homeless. I don't call it homeless. I wasn't homeless. I had a vehicle. I was living in my vehicle, but I wasn't homeless. That was my home. I was so comfortable there, felt very, very protected. I felt more protected living in that fucking Jeep than I do in this apartment. And I could just get up and go any damn where I wanted to, anytime, any day. I could wake up, yawn, pull down my sun visor things, and take the fuck off anytime I wanted to. I enjoyed the shit out of it. But I am also, you know, I mean, I'm on the cusp. I'm a Cancer, and Cancers tend to need a place to go, like a place to go, because we kind of stay in our little shells. We can do all kinds of things in our little. People have no idea. We do all these little tiny things inside our little shells. We are just content and happy as can be, as long as they will just stop being fucking fucked up. And we're just content, and then they enter, and everything's fucked up, and then we're sitting in our little shell with all these emotions that we've took from them that we didn't even ask for. We didn't even fucking ask for it. Quit. You get what I'm saying right there, though, don't you? Man, oh man, I'm telling y'all, I've done said it once, and I'll say it 10 more times. Whoever this motherfucker is, he better be as spectacular as I am, because I'm not dealing with no fuck shit no more ever again. Never. Never. I don't care who it is. I don't care if they related to me. I don't care. I'm not dealing with fuck shit no more. Never, ever again. Never. So this motherfucker better be spectacular. God, I'm putting in my request. He better be so spectacular and have the greatest sense of humor that I ever fucking seen in my life. Because I like to laugh. Spectacular and have a great sense of humor. He better show respect. If he don't know what that is, he better fucking figure it out. This is crying over you. Faded and dim. He's crying over you. We saw him standing there crying. He was holding all that evidence in his hands. He was crying. Felt stupid. Look, he wants to give you something. I told y'all he wants to give you something. Man, my request, God. Let it be spectacular. So spectacular that I ain't gonna know what to say. Look at what it says. Holy schmoly. Look at what it says. Tyler. Okay, so what? About a week ago, I posted to y'all on the community page what a Tyler is in Freemasonry. Okay? This cat might be younger than you. Okay? But somehow y'all click. Alright? I'm just saying, okay? This cat might be, like, associated with a judge or something like that. Okay? That is so fucking crazy. But anyway, in Freemasonry, a Tyler is a guard that guards the key to the door. He doesn't guard the door. He guards the key to the door. There's other guards to the door. Okay? But a Tyler, he holds the key. Is that not fucking ironic coincidence? Is that crazy? A Tyler holds the key to the door. Home sweet home rewards. Hey, what resonates, collective? That's crazy. This person is somehow chasing after you. It says always out of reach. Cleanse, mirrors, doorways, and portals. Chasing after you, always out of reach. Someone's hunting you. See what these say. It says birthright, date of birth, birth chart. You're being protected. Feminine. It says Kelly, angry. I'm a soul in a human vessel. Matthew 7:7, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock at the door and it will be open to you. Divine feminine. You're being protected. Kelly angry. Why does it say Kelly angry? God's setting something up that's for you. Why does it say Kelly angry? Faded and dim. Why does it say Kelly angry? Ask your guides. Beverly. 5 of Cups. Okay, so this is from my uncle's. What now? Okay, you know how you can have an aunt and uncle? And you know how one of them is related to you, but the other one's not. Well, that aunt or uncle, their family is trying to stop you from getting something. The uncle or aunt that's not related in the uncle and aunt team. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like you have an aunt and uncle, one of them's related to you, but the other one's not. Well, that family of the one that's not related to you is trying to block you from receiving something. It says you're going to get a champion, a victory. Something's naturally yours. Something is yours. When it says nature, it's to allow, flow, that it's something's naturally coming to you. Okay, so your uncle is related. Well, his wife or ex-wife or what have you, their family are the ones trying to block something from coming towards you. Trying to keep you from getting something. Possibly from maybe an uncle you don't even know. It says turtle. Something moving slow because they had it in some type of probate. It says it's too late, the ball is rolling. Something was moving real slow, but they can't stop it now. It says figures of authority. Ooh, it says figures of authority are hidden. Because somebody's gang stalking you. Looks like a group of people. They're getting locked up. It says alert. In a raid, and then it says, you know what I'm saying? Someone took an oath. Ooh, that's crazy! A group of people are about to get arrested. Because someone is undercover, y'all. Someone's plainly undercover right here. It says, look, it says an oath. It says the sun. They're going to bring in some kind of new beginning for you. For you. You're the one that fits. You're the 5 of Cups is like, if I read it out of the Squidward. Let me read the 5 of Cups out of this, okay? Let me read the 5 of Cups out of this. Because it says, let me tell you what it says. You're the center of attention. There's no competition. You stand in the center, okay? That's what it says. Oh, I'm already in the cups. What the hell am I doing? It's a... Damn, I can't see them little letters. They're pink. Finding your place. Acceptance. It says... I can't see those little pink letters, but it says finding your place. Acceptance. Okay? It says... Finding your place in life can be difficult, but it can be even more upsetting when you feel pushed away or cut off. However, when you are surrounded yourself with the right people, it can feel as though you always belonged. Finding your way home, y'all. I love it. Find your place with people who accept you for who you are is critical. The Five of Cups can also be seen as a small, intimate gathering or party with friends where you can mingle and enjoy the company of others. On this card, a central cup is kept separate from the others, and you need to ask whether this cup is being welcomed or in or cut off. As a whole, there is a gathering of sorts going on in this card, with lots of drinks being enjoyed. Page 99. You are the perfect fit. They're not even looking at somebody else. I promise you. You're the center of attention. It's like how I was saying yesterday. You shine. You can't help it. Like, I used to go, when I started going to the doctor a long time ago, I would say, why? I feel like J.G. Wentworth, man. Every time I go into a room, everybody fucking turns and looks at me. And you know, which that's a you know, kind of common thing for people to turn around and see who it is. But it's not like that. They like looking like, you should see little kids. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, and they'll do it until I say, like, hey, or something like that to them. All my life. With or without a bandana on my head, I'm telling you. And I'll ask little kids, they find it fascinating. They find the bandana fascinating. I'll be looking. I say, you want one of these on your head? And I say, yeah. So you have to talk to your mom about that. One time I had pink hair. Boy, the kids fucking, I couldn't keep them away from me. The kids was fucking flock me all the time. You look like a princess. My hair was short too, because I'd shaved all my head. I shaved off all my hair, y'all. There was a reason for it though, because this happened to me. This was bad. This is getting way better though. But for some reason, when the season changed, when it started changing, it's almost like more dust is in the air or something. And it started irritating me and irritating my eyes. Alright, y'all take what resonates. You're the center of attention. You're going to be the center of attention because you're going to receive some type of reward. Okay? You're the perfect fit for this plan. Is he in a safe house? Or has he prepared a safe house for collective? 4 cups. Possibilities in the safe house, because that's like a serendipitous. It says the Fool and the Ace of Swords. Yes. A safe house. A safe place for you to go. 4 cups. He's prepared some kind of safe place for you to go, collective. Be prepared. It says, sometimes you may let your emotions get the best of you and they swallow you whole. Emotional stability comes to mind when the 4 of Cups. As it's about keeping things contained for the right moment and time. This card can also represent a family, a team, or friendship that has great harmony in which ideas and communications flow well and are shared equally. Equal energy coming to you, baby. Spectacular motherfucker. I love it. There are 4 cups that look like legs of a table that can be seen as stabilized emotions. There is a sense of control in this card, even if it's just a little while. Oh. Well, damn, what y'all doing? 6 of Cups. Nostalgia, somebody coming back. 9 of Batons in reverse. They're healed. They've healed over something. 9 of Batons in reverse. Oh, there's no reverse in these cards. They've healed over something. Making a comeback. They making a comeback. I don't know why, but this visually it's got a big old long thing. As much as you have struggled, it's time to admit defeat. But only for now. Okay, so somebody's champion because I was in reverse. It says, imagine this card as a heavy metal gate blocking your path to reaching a specific goal or task. You just need to keep looking for the right key. You're that key, baby. You got the look. It looks good. Your face is jamming, your body happy slamming. Guess what you're about to get collected? 4 legs on the table. The truth. A brand new beginning. You're going to a safe house. Somebody is. Somebody in here is. If it ain't all of us. Somebody's leaving an area. Look at that, y'all. Y'all think I could just split that in half and pull out that 5 of cups again? Hell no. Ain't no way in hell I could do that again. Let me see. I can't do it again. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. I love it. I love it. I love it. I truly love it. Are you willing to, y'all? Are you going to take a leap of faith on yourself? I urge you to. Because ain't no fucking body else fucking trying to. I'm just saying, okay? Probably. Let me tell you something else. I was triggered like hell about this. I don't remember what I was watching. But I dated a guy that had been married to this girl. She was way, way older than him, okay? But they had kids and 4 kids and whatever. Well, a lot of crazy shit was going on. I kept asking him, is she a fucking witch, man? Because she fucking sure acts like she, you know. He said, I don't know, because he had dick waddy. Anyway, but he told me shit. He said that she was MK Ultra, okay, but he didn't know the term for it, or he didn't know. He was just telling me things that she experienced. This is like a competition. Somebody that was putting me in competition that I didn't ask to be in. Anyway, and something that the Masons do is like they'll take, say, like the oldest kid, and they'll give them to like their grandparents, kind of like what Obama shit did, okay? And those grandparents, because they're part of the Masons too, okay? Like it's all a big circle, okay? Those grandparents will take that kid and like, I don't know how to say it, lock them in like a room, or lock them in a small contained area for like the whole day, and let them out like at night and stuff for just a couple of hours and stuff like that. But not all the time. But they'll do that. Like they just out of nowhere fucking like, it's time for you to go in the box. Okay? And like MK Ultra fuck with their heads and shit like that, okay? And then she was for sure, man, her mom's like a billionaire, man. And let me tell y'all this. The mom, okay, that couple, my ex-boyfriend and his wife, they had 4 kids, okay? The mom took the 3 girls, okay? She wouldn't fucking even speak the boy's name. She wouldn't have nothing to do with the boy, nothing. She wanted those girls, okay? And she had some kind of ties with planes where I think that she even had her own private plane. And mind you, these kids were gorgeous, beautiful, gorgeous children, okay? But there's something that pertaining to that, okay? All kinds of shit started fucking happening to me. Look, after shit, that. But I believe that my grandmother, because she's affiliated with, my grandmother on my dad's side is affiliated with the Masons and stuff. I wasn't raised around her, or didn't grow up around her, or what, okay? But she's something to do with the Freemasons, okay? I know that my dad went through MK Ultra. My aunt was mentally abused to the maximum, okay? Both of them were mentally abused, but my dad went through the MK Ultra. These are people that wasn't raised around, okay? But I know through history and being told through word of mouth and being passed on specific things, okay? Because I've had contact with them as an adult and as a uh, almost adult, like right around my 18, around that's when I started having contact with most of it. Around 12, I started with the cousins and stuff, okay? Finding out information like that with the cousins and stuff. So I know for sure that my nanny, was affiliated with the Freemasons, okay? She hated my guts. I was supposed to die or something, okay? I'm telling you. I was the second born child of the son that she hated. She hated me to the passion. She didn't mind my sister too much, but she hated me to this day. I could never figure it out. I mean, I could never figure it out. She's crazy. But I was supposed to die. I'm the only legitimate baby in the whole family. Out of all of them. Ain't that wild? I think I was supposed to die. This is crazy, okay? But yeah, if you hear people talking about like things like that, because like he would tell me that the grandma would just grab Angie by her fucking hair and just slide her through the house and throw her in that fucking room and leave her there for like 3 days. You know, I mean, I didn't hate on her like she hated on me. I had compassion towards her. I had a lot of compassion towards her being with her ex, because he was fucking a lot. He was a lot. He was a lot. But I think he was a minion, because you know witches, they tend to get with guys that they can manipulate and they can control. If y'all hadn't noticed that, okay? My nanny had a man like that. It wasn't my granddad, it was her husband. My granddad didn't make it, because they was real young. And I think that's when she sold her soul to the devil. I don't know that she did that, but damn, this woman's all about money, and I don't even think I ever heard her say the name Jesus ever in my life. Anyway, but I don't mess with them people. I don't mess with them. But I believe that something happened possibly to my mom because she was so fucking young. She was so young, naive. Her dad was dead. My grandma done lost her mind because my mom's dad died and left them at home all the time. My uncle and aunt watched my mom. My uncle is 4 years older than my mom. My aunt is 2 years older than my mom, and they were babysitting my mom at 10, 12 years old, okay? And then my mom ends up pregnant at 14 and has a kid at 15. So, the influence is there because she spent the night over at my dad's house all the time because my grandma was gone. She didn't know how to drive or nothing when my granddad died, so she got her driver's license. When she got her driver's license, because my grandma had a gypsy spirit. She liked to travel and move around because my granddad was in the service, and they were able to travel around, and like they went to California. They lived in California for a little while. They went here and there and lived in these different places. And when he passed away, she didn't know what to do. She kind of lost her mind. Okay, but my grandma on the other side, that one, woo-wee. And then I start trying to think, well, god dang, my mom and dad must have been twin flames for sure, y'all, because, man, they look alike. And it's very odd to me. I look the spitting image of both of them, but my sister looks like my aunt. My dad's sister. But I look like identical to both of them. I mean, hell... That's just crazy. And most all of them look like the Boatner side, my granddad's side of my dad. Most of them all look similar except for My sister looks like my grandma's on that side, my nanny on that side. She looks like the Stevens. They're called the Stevens. It's crazy. And let me tell y'all something. It's crazy wild. Just stuff that's it. My granddad, the one that died when my mom was 10, I think he was a orphan trained baby or a Cabbage Patch baby, because he had like 3 birth certificates. He didn't know which one was the real one. They changed his name. He had a different last name when he was a little child. He remembers that. I mean, but I didn't ever know the man, ever, okay? He died when Mama was 10, okay? But when I'm 54 years old, I go to my stepdad's funeral. We're in my mom's bedroom looking over pictures, and I find a fucking certificate, which I never knew in all the many years, never knew that my granddad, the one that died when my mom was 10, that he was in some kind of special forces in the military. That certificate said special forces on it. I said, Mama, what are you doing? Yeah, Aunt Arlene had that for a little while, and she gave it to me. I don't know what to do with it. I said, how come I didn't know that my granddad was in the fucking special forces? How come you never told me that? The only thing she spoke of about him is how he died in that fire. Period. Nothing else. She never spoke about him, about nothing. Only that he died in that fire. He was a person that put shellac or whatever on the wood floors back in the day when they, that was early. Back in the day, they had wood floors and they would shine them with shellac, put varnish on them or what have you. And that's what he was doing. He was shellacking the floor. He went into the other room to smoke a cigarette, and I guess one of the ashes or something went. This is just the story that sounds fabricated to me, but one of the ashes or something or a cigarette rolled over onto the furnace and caught the fire. And apparently he was just like so out of it that he couldn't get out of an empty fucking house. See, that kind of shit don't make sense to me. How he couldn't get out of an empty house that was on fire. There's something wrong with that picture, man. I can't get to the bottom of it. They won't tell me nothing because I'm an earth angel. They won't tell me nothing. Even when I question them. I don't understand that. It's bullshit. They tell me a lot, though, that they don't know they're telling me. That's what kills them. That's why they don't tell me nothing. Hate me? It ain't my fault. God's the one that gave me the gift. What do you mean? What do you mean? They tell me so much without knowing they're telling me. They don't talk to me. Don't mess with me now. Oh well. Oh, it was a little different before my stepdad died. I think he understood me way better than they do. My own family. That's craziness. He raised me though. But I think he really did understand me way better than my own family did. This is 5. Anyhow, I hope y'all enjoyed that little story there. If you enjoyed my stories, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This is for entertainment purposes only. And if it happens to resonate with you, leave something down in the comments. And if you want to donate, it's Cash App $AngelMoon6237. We got Walk and Talk. We talk, you 5. Oh yeah, I'm a big threat. I'm a big threat to their secrets. Cause I ask questions. I ask questions. And I've asked questions and asked questions to that. Cause I could never understand. I mean, I would in my teenage years and stuff, I don't know. Sounds to me, y'all tell me if that's the only story that you ever heard about your mama's daddy. The only story. Don't it sound fabricated? Something sounds weird. Something don't sound right about that. Like I never ever not once heard of a time that they went somewhere or they went on vacation. Nothing. Mama told me, oh yeah, we moved around a lot. We lived in California for a little while. And then when my dad died, we just stayed here in Georgia. This is where she was born. And my grandma stayed in Georgia. That's all she's ever told me. 1111 when I said that, y'all. Take that as it resonates. All right, we got 569. This could be for Cancer, y'all. I'm seeing something about Cancer Gemini. Could be born on the cusp. It says, we hate day. What? Because you're a vampire. Look at that. 2 Cancers. Could be something to do with a Virgo, Gemini. But it's Gemini, Cancer, Virgo. It skips Leo for some reason. Something chat today, in chat today. Hate at C-Day. Hate Cindy. Somebody hates Cindy. Hates a Cindy. Ascending? That's what it sounded like. Hates ascending. Let's talk. Walk the line. Let's talk. Walk the line. Something about somebody been watching you. If I let you eat, what do you mean? If I let you watch and take they avenue. If I let you watch us and take away attached walk away. It says walk away. If I tell attached, I attached. Kevin says they can't let you walk away. I can't let you walk away. Something about fate. Something is fatal. What? Fatal attraction? Oh my God. No. Somebody might have a stalker for sure. For sure. Kevin, dive in. Lake. Dive in lake. Something at nighttime. There's no G. Dive in lake. Fatal. Somebody died. Dead. They died. Kathy was. No, Kathy. Kathy knew. Kathy knew. Knew a. I don't know. Died. So somebody knew somebody died. A lady died. The catch. Alright. Wait a minute. It says tune in. This is TV. Have faith. It says tune in. TV. Have faith. And it says daily. Y'all give me 2 seconds. Turn my air conditioner in here. That dang button was about to kill me right here on them pants. Oh, fuck that. Alright, something about having faith. It says half new, havey, half new. Something about a IQ quiz. A quiz. Audit. Okay. Invite. Ken to the lake. I don't know, it says city. And somebody being catty. Like, that makes me think of like a cat fight with an attitude. That sounds like the daughter of mine. Sweet daughter of mine. Anyway, convinced. Somebody's convinced. Somebody left a kayak. That's crazy. She said, that's crazy. I think I'm just going to leave my kayak over there. I said, why? I said, just give it to me. I'll take it. This talking about fucking kayak. What the hell, y'all? Tina. Okay, Tina hates. Fly. Hates it. Left. Tina left. Ha. Will she leave? Just say devil. Devil call. Well, don't say cause unless you use that. Devil talk. Hate devil talk. What does that mean? Devil talk. Take a key. Take a key. Hack. Hefty. Hefty. What is... Okay. Take hefty. Cash? I don't know. Okay. In the attack. Something must have fucking happened that I don't know about. They attacked. They attacked who? Somebody was fighting. It says fatal. Something available. If available, they attacked. In fact, and then it says fatal. Something was fatal. Oh God, dang! That something about they had a key. When twin fact. Oh fucking A. The key. Stop. Twin fact. Available. Yield. Someone didn't yield. God dang. It keep, this Ava person, did they it's like they used some kind, it was an act. Something was fake. Man, it's saying fake act. Yield. Twin. Ava. She's the doppelganger or something. Liz and Ava. It has something to do with Liz and Ava. They're friends or something. Fact. They eyed. Evil eye. It says evil eye. Oh, one of them's last name must be Deal. It says something about dealt a winning hand. Someone dealt a winning hand. And someone's gonna avail. Deceit. Make it come out. It says we thank you. Thank something. I love you. Flaw. Some kind of flawed plant. AKA with deceit. Okay, what? Tan. That was making me think of that fucking idiot. Flav. Fly. I don't know why it's saying deceit. Attention to some kind of flight. Fight or flight or something like that. Somebody, the force be with you. View. Flying with a view. Keith. It says December. Detective. Y'all, straight up says detective. Detective. How do you fucking spell it? Why can't I spell it, y'all? Something about a detective. There you go. Detective. A detective. Somebody's a spy. Somebody's been stalking somebody. There's something about... Something is in sight. Freedom. Attentive. Somebody's attentive. Paying attention to something. Okay? They tied feet head, feet. They tied city, land. I don't know, some kind of flight. What the fuck, man? Heat. I eat. 5. I eat 5. What? Oh my God, that's irritating. Why is it I can start these letters, but for some reason these letters will start fucking, I don't know, it's getting on my nerves. I can't even explain it. It says something about fentanyl. Someone ate 5 fentanyl. 5. Someone ate 5 fentanyl. First thing out here was 5. It says he died. City. Tylenol? There's something about Tylenol too, y'all. They had something about denial. They deny fate. The word white is out here. Wife. Deny wife. A wife. City. I don't know why I'm saying that. Sight. Sighted. Anal. Daniel. Kite. Tyke. Kid. What? Oh my God. Don't even go there with that shit. What are you talking about with Daniel? Let me break up the monotony here. Yield. DNA. A kid. Something about a kid. The kid, a kid, the T. Daniel. Daniel is my uncle's name. His ex-wife's name Beverly. Strange. Show me Daniel. Oh, I just seen it. Nebuchadnezzar's dream. God reveals Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Okay, I'm just going to read. Oh, this is what they want me to read, okay? Page 1080. Daniel and his friends obey God. In the 3rd year of the reign of Joachim, king of Judea, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave Joachim, king of Judea, into his hands, with some of the articles of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar to the house of God, his God, little g. And he brought the articles into the treasure house of his little g God. The king instructed Aspenza, the master of the eunuchs, to bring some of the children of Israel and some of the king's descendants and some of the noble young men in whom there was no blemish, but good looking, gifted in all wisdom, possessing knowledge and quick to understand, who had ability to serve the king's palace, and whom they might teach the language and literature of the Chaldeans. And the king appointed for them a daily provision of the king's delicacies and of the wine which he drank, and 3 years of training for them, so that at the end of that time they might serve before the king. Now from among those of the sons of Judea were Daniel, Hanan, we'll say Hannah. It says Mishael and Azariah. It says, to them the chief of the eunuchs gave names. He gave Daniel the name of Belteshazzar. To Hannah he gave Shadrach. To Mishael, that's Mishaal, he gave Meshach. And to Azariah he gave Obed-Nego. It says, but Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portions of the king's delicacies, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested the chief of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now God had brought Daniel, because Daniel didn't want to be tempted, okay, or be drunken, okay. Now God brought Daniel into the favor and goodwill of the chief of the eunuchs. And the chief of the eunuchs said to Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who has appointed your food and drink. For why should he see your faces looking worse than the young men who are your age? Then you would endanger my head before the king. So Daniel said to the steward, whom the chief of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hannah, Mishael, and Azariah, please test your servants for 10 days, and let them give us vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then let our appearance be examined before you, in appearance of the young men who ate the portion of the king's delicacies. And as you see fit, so deal with your servants. So he consented with them in this matter, and tested them for 10 days. And at the end of the 10 days, their features appeared better and fatter in the flesh than all the young men who ate the portions of the king's delicacies. Thus the steward took away their portions of delicacies and the wine that they were to drink, and gave them vegetables. As these 4 young men, God gave them knowledge and skill in all literature and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Now at the end of these days, when the king had said that they should be brought in, the chief of the eunuchs brought them before Nebuchadnezzar. Then the king interviewed them. Among them all none was found like Daniel, Hannah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore they served before the king, and in all matters of wisdom and understanding about which the king examined them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers who were in all his realms. Thus Daniel continued until the 1st year of King Cyrus. And then he interpreted the dream, okay, after that, okay, but because maybe I take that as a message to tell you to eat right, take care of your body, take care of your vessel. It'll help you remove the things that no longer serve you, okay, like sweets and junk food, and start eating right. It'll help you have a more clearer mind, okay. Yeah. Yeah, someone's being paid, or someone was paid, okay, because it does say attack, Kyle, I-L, attack ID, ideas, ideal attack. Why is it saying Tina? I didn't ask to leave. I was still trying to help. He attacked. Hey, attack. Some kind of victory. Quiz. Some kind of questions and answers. Okay, what is this trying to say? A fawn? That's a baby deer. Attack T. Ideal. Deal it. Deal it. Win. Win. Fat win. Some kind of big deal. Hey, attack. He attack. Okay, the attack. The attack. Yield. Yielding. Yield. Yield what? What did it yield? They. Somebody died. Died in fatal. Died in fatal. I guess way. Who did? Head trauma? Somebody had head trauma. Vicky? What? Vicky. What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, death. E.T., what are you saying, man? Went. Want. Fatal. Want equal. Want equal. Want equal. Fizz. After equal. Fit. An equal fit. Something is an equal fit. After death. Lazy. Lazy queen. A lazy queen. What in the fuck? Chad, Kathy. Dance. Someone's dancing on somebody's grave. What? We dance. Hate. Vitals. Vital. If fatal. Something's fatal. Jeez. I quit. Hate. Hated. I hated. Lake. Lance. Fancy. That's crazy because it said Daniel didn't want the fancy delicacies. Y'all take what resonates. He didn't want the fancy delicacies. It was all a bunch of sweets and junk food and wine. He wanted water and vegetables. I hated fancy. We quit. Something about late. I had late dinner. Someone had a late dinner. I talked to something late. Ate late. We talked at fancy. I have. Whiz. Okay, that's all the letters, amazingly. Okay, Fancy Whiz have quit talked at. Okay. Talked at. Let's see. Dave liked a chatted with Dave chatted with. Okay. Something alike. Duty. Alike. A chance. Talk with Chan. Avenue. Wave duty. Alike. Like at. Tat. White. This is chant. Ugh. Hand. What's this? Chandler. Cave. Feel like a whiz. Cave in. Caves in. Lives in a cave. Lived. Hatch. Watch. Lived. Watched live. Oh. Watched live. Okay. A fan. Somebody been watching somebody lives. Watched a live. Quit, witty, I don't know, fate. Let's see what we got. Fatty, what does that mean? A fat thank you. Fat thank you, K. Quit. Zen. Zinc. Quote. No quote. Aqua. The fuck. Aquarius. Watched a live. Watched live. Tina. Anita. Watch a live. Death. Watch the live death. That's Charlie Kirk situation. Watch the live death. But he's alive. Okay. Caught. Catch something. Catch, hunt. Hunted. Each. Hunted each. Key. It says something about a fucking waltz, a dance, a waltz. ATV. United. Each united. Unity. Something about facts. It says facts two ways. Teach. Unity. Kids. Something about kind. Late. Wait. Late. Exalt. Teens. Teens act. Act. I don't know. It says delay. Delay law. Delay unit. Each unit. A kit. TZA. That's something. That's something. Why does that make me think of an airplane? It says something about a Volkswagen or West Virginia or some kind of view. It says view. Kids view. Teach kids. Teach unity. Lady. Man, that's twice that this motherfucker. That's twice that this has quoted someone on YouTube. That's twice. You know what I'm saying, lady? 2 times. Take that as it resonates. It says lead a unit. Lead a unit. Teach. Ticket. Fly to LA. Lead a unit. Lead it. Someone needs a lead. What are you talking about? Turning point? Hazy. Spelled backwards. LA is hazy. A lot of fog in LA. Yeah. Sure is. Phallus. It says phallus. That is a ding dong. Alice. That's crazy, man. Why would it say phallus out here? What the fuck? That's crazy. Clyde. Don't ask me. Is that somebody's dog's name? I'm hearing it is. Clydesdales? Clydesdale? Something like that. It could be a horse. Have faith. It's telling you to have faith. Have faith in each. Have faith in each. Unit. Something about unity. That kid. That kind. That kind. That kind. It says a cult. The cult kind. Teaching the cult. Teaching teens about unity. The cult kind. The ones that was taken. Something about a yacht on a boat. This is crazy. End at wake. So that somebody died. At a wake. Somebody's fault. It says vault. Find vault. Find vault at site In city. Awake. Awaken. It says awaken evil. And then it says awaken heaven. Okay, evil or heaven? Which one is it? It says heaven and it says evil. It says devil and it says evil. Awaken evil. Find vault in city. In New York City. And awaken evil. And it says heavy. Heavy lie. Heavy line. Felines. It says cats. There's an ant out here. Uncle too. Aunt and uncle. Aunt had big cats. Oh my God, my cousin's aunt. Holy crap. My cousin's aunt had a cat, and this was a confessed witch. She had a fucking cauldron and everything. But she had a cat that was just a house cat. I guess, I don't know. That cat's head was like that big. That cat stood a good probably 2 feet. That cat was so fucking big, I couldn't even believe how big it was. She also had a wolf. It was a hybrid wolf. It was hybrid with a what are them dogs called? It might have been hybrid with a German Shepherd, but it was a wolf. It was a wolf slash German Shepherd. I'm telling y'all, and this dog was massive. Uncle and an aunt. It says aunt and uncle out here, y'all. I can't even make that up. Heavy lies. Fit. Diva. I don't know. Fit diva. Queen. Fit for a queen. Something's fit for a queen. Alice. Somebody about to go down the rabbit hole. Queen of Hearts. Have faith. Have faith. Something's fatty. Or it says Hathaway. Hattie. Fatty Hattie. Fat Hattie. Thank you. Fat hat. What? What fat? What cat? What thief? They say a thief. A thief. Diva. Something's valid. Valid ID. Valid thief. Quick at witty. Somebody's witty. Somebody's quick at telling lies. It says telling lies. They lied. They lied. Twice. They lied twice. Your aunt, apparently an aunt and an uncle did. It says something about an adult film. Or adult something. There's no M. Lied twice. Think they think twice. Why does it say adult? Think twice. Something about a valid something. Think twice lead. Think twice deal. Daily face. Put on a daily face. Eve, Evan. Even Dan, event. Cafe, something to do with a cafe. This is crazy. Adult what? Adult what? Adult kid? Something about an event. Audit. An audit. Wink at kid. I don't understand why it's talking about a kid. Wink. Hit. Hit even. Hit divot. Hit. Hit. Face it. Face. Event. Something about paying attention. Every evening. Daily. What are they doing daily? Something about hitting somebody? They hitting somebody? This shit says fucking witches. Witch. So they're every day. They're daily doing some type of fucking witchcraft. Something's fate. This is something about fatten. Eat. Fatten up. Fatten something up. Arizona. It says evil. Had evil wife. Evil life. Somebody had an evil life. We got Kathy out here twice. One with a C and one with a K. What? Unfile. Something about a detective. They keep saying something about a detective. Detective unfile. There's something about an aunt and uncle. Somebody being haunted for life. Hunted for life or haunted for life? Take a something duty. Unity. Ted. Haunts. K. Clay. If somebody takes something. Take what? Take if. Delay. Take if delay. Which ant? Which ant? Delay. Take it. Someone took something. The witch ant did. There's an uncle out here too. Uncle Dan. That's my uncle's name. Uncle what? Uncle... It's saying something about adult. Adult. Okay. Leak. A leak. At the... I don't know. It says halfway. Like someone's halfway there. Something happened. Quit. Something quit. Half. It says halfway. It says half witch. It says half lighted. Like something was lit up, but it's dim. But there's no G. Dave. Caved in. I don't know. Fit. Filth. Something's filthy. 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 Take filthy. I don't know. Funds. Some kind of corrupt fund. Somebody's taking it and bringing it and giving it to you. I swear it says something about an audit. A cult. I'm done. I'm done doing them. Fatal then. Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting. Fail. F-A-I-L. Plain as day right here. Failed. Someone failed. Something was unfiled. Something that says unfiled. Unfiled. Okay? Thank. I don't know why it's saying tank. Thank. Thank. Failed. This is all the numbers. Somebody was crunching numbers. Cut. Thank cut. We cut. Thankful we cut. Cut away. Cut away. We cut away. Says the CIA. CIA fled. That's wild, man. That's just wild. Something about duty. Cut away the CIA, the feds. Someone cut out the feds. Or someone quit the feds. Quit the CIA. Y'all, because it says quit out here. Someone's going to like a safe house. Take what resonates, man. All I can do is tell y'all what's out here. That's what I see. Heavy lies. Heavy lies. Teach faith. Teach faith. Think. Something about the kids. We got an aunt and an uncle. Flew away, fled. Somebody failed. This says failed. Plain as day. This also says tailed. This says taunted. Taunted and haunted. Hunted. Kids. Queen. It says both of those. Invite. The CIA, invite the Fed. Fed, they're saying Fed, or feed them, they feed, offend, no, there's no O, taken, we got heaven out here, we got evil, we got the devil, we got aunt and uncle, we got taken life, alive, life, it feels the feels like unhealed. It says unhealed out here. Y'all want me to show you? Man, I say Vicky. Vicky Unhealed. Unhealed. I Unhealed. We got Vicky. Vicky Unhealed. Vicky Healed. Vicky. It says twat. Whatever that. I'll take that as resonates, man. Fat twat. Whatever that. I don't even understand why it says that. After that, something's unhealed. After that, Zen. They say after that, Zen, then something is healed. It says Vicky, Dicky. It says detective. They lead a unit. Someone leading a unit. There was something leaked. Leaked in some kind of watch. Leaked in it. Something leaked in somebody's watch. In somebody's watch. Saying thank you. So somebody wants to really thank you. Okay, I don't know why I said leaked in watch, but something might have leaked in somebody's watch. I don't know, that's what it says. Why it say phallus neither. A phallus. 5 alive. This is something to do with AI. It's out here twice. AI, and 5 alive, y'all. Y'all know who 5 alive is, right? Johnny 5! 5 is alive. I am Johnny 5. 5 is alive. Watched. Fatal. I'm tired of hearing that, so don't even say it again. Need a vacation. Somebody watched something fatal live and they need a vacation. Hey, Miss Bonnie. Hey, Miss Stacy. How are y'all? It says vacate. Need vacate. AI, 5 alive. The fucking AIs are going sentient. Something's futile. It says futile. Lucky lady. Lady luck. It says lady luck. Need lady luck. I need, and it says lady, and then it says luck or lucky lady. Something's fated. What I feel. Somebody named Dale. Dean. What I feel. This is needle. Natal. I don't know. This is like a wife. So I need a wife. What the fuck? I need a wife or I need a life. A wacky wife. Somebody has a sense of humor apparently. Okay, it says ideal. IDEAL. Ideal wife. An ideal wife. And it says final. This is final. FINAL. This says something is finalized. Finalized. An ideal wife. It says something about a cavity. Cavity. The cavity. Found something in the cavity. Find in cavity. I don't know. In-law. Find in-law. Somebody. I'm done with these, y'all. God dog. I'm sure there's a hell of a lot out there that I probably said and can't even remember. Just saying. It says Elaine. Elaine. Somebody delayed something. And then it says final. And it says fan. A fan. Talked. Then it says in a day. Until then. God, dog, man. Until. I don't know what it means, but until then. Until they. Until then or until they. Until they find. Until they quit. Quest. No, there's no S. ATV. Find an ATV until they act. Until they act. View a fad, a fake, a phase, somebody going through a phase, an ad. View an ad, okay, AKA. FACA. Dairy Queen. Daily act. Oh, so somebody been putting on a daily act. That says a daily act. God almighty, that's so crazy. I'm putting them up, y'all. Something wild. It says WILD. Wild. Somebody been faking it. Fake it till you make it. Oh boy, y'all, I just got fucking triggered about fucking Peter Thiel. I don't have no idea why, but I did when I fixed that back up. Cause I was thinking about that fucking video. Cause you know Elon Musk and Peter Thiel were like, they co-created PayPal together. And another dude, I think he was a foreign guy. Okay, that. Dude, God, dog, y'all, those people, I mean, understand that the rich live in a whole nother motherfucking world than we do. Than the real people do. Okay? They really do. And because they got money, it's hard for them to be entertained because they can buy anything they want. So they get into this sadistic shit. Because it's just disgusting. They call it delicacies. And they call it, like rare items and stuff like that. Like, I mean, I don't know how they do it. I don't know. I can't. Even as a small child, I couldn't imagine being subjected to that and me actually doing it. I was kind of rebellious. I just couldn't imagine being subjected to it. I know that they're like prompted or whatever, like whatever. What do you call it? Where they mess with them when they tiny babies and shit. I don't know what the fuck. prep them or whatever the fuck. But still, even with that, they say that I watched this interesting video about Donald Trump, and he was like that person that refused to be involved in it. Like, his dad was involved in it. You know, his dad was a real estate investor, and his luck was right on time because they came here, and he started building the buildings because they were coming out of the Great Depression. Okay, so he built all these apartment complexes for all these poor people who didn't have no money because they was in the Great Depression. And when they was right around the time that the Great Depression was ending. So he got rich by doing that, by building all these low income apartments apparently for the fucking orphan train kids and the Cabbage Patch kids, because that's fucking wild, crazy. Why? They was creating these fucking babies, man. That's just insane. And you know, has anybody else heard anything about Ken Panama? You know, he's sick and in the hospital now. He was touching all over that fucking meteor that fell out of the sky and turned into a fucking alien. I ain't heard nothing else about it except for that he was in the hospital sick. Mind you that this man cut pieces off of that creature, sent them all over the world, and ain't nobody else in the whole world spoke up and said, yo, I'm one of those people that he sent it to. Nobody. So that just leaves a big question mark. Because I couldn't figure out from the get-go, but why the men in black wasn't out there with their razor guns. You didn't see shit, motherfucker. Okay, because, listen, this man even called them and said, I have this thing that fell in my backyard is what they claim. Now, I don't see how they can, because them men in black with their razor guns, they be running up on you quick, even if you just thought you saw an alien. Okay? You got a fucking meteor that's growing an alien out of it, and they ain't on your ass, and here you are now up in the hospital after you supposedly have let it go. You'd think that somewhere along in the line that they would want to talk to this man that found this thing. Wouldn't you think that? He just living his life, playing with his fucking alien meteor and fucking it growing. He's putting it in the sun, taking it out of the sun, putting it in water, taking it out of water. You know, a lot of the aliens, as far as I can tell, according to most of alien movies, they don't like water. Aliens don't like water. Did y'all know that? Like, has that ever crossed y'all's mind that in every alien movie? Well, except, wait a minute. Hold up. 2010 A Space Odyssey. That motherfucker was water. It was water. But it was a sentient... It was also a sentient fucking AI. Because Hal went crazy. The sentient AI in 2010 A Space Odyssey. How the sentient AI on board went crazy when this alien that's made out of water came aboard. It got on board. That's the only one. Most of the rest of them are allergic or don't mess with water. But it's strange that all the aliens are coming out of the water from the people's seeing them. They're coming out of the water. But most of them can't even touch water. Like, say, Gizmo from the Gremlins. He couldn't touch water. He would multiply into the demons. The little demon aliens. Stitch don't like water. He can't be around water. It'll kill him. It'll kill him. What's the deal with that, y'all? What's the deal with that? Because water is life. Without it, none of us live. So what's the deal with that? I mean, everything that's around us is made up of a majority of water. Everything. Even the plasma. This is all water. We are water. The flowers, the trees, the grass, the birds, the bees, all water. The aliens can't. They don't like water. There's some kind of tie there, y'all. Because I got triggered when I watched Lilo and Stitch, the one with the real people in it. He died saving her from the water. But they brought him back to life. But the water killed him. He couldn't be in the water. He was deathly afraid of it. It's crazy, ain't it? That's wild. Just even think about it. Just even think about that. Okay? Y'all take what resonates. I'm just saying. Something to do with water. And it all has to do with water. I mean, gee. Okay, God put a firmament over the earth to separate the waters from above and the waters from below. Okay? 9% of our alien movies, they don't like water, but they come through like a water portal or something. It always looks kind of watery, like water. The portals and shit looks like water. I don't know, y'all just pay attention. Keep your eyes and ears open. A hymn of praise, Isaiah 12. And in that day you will say, O Lord, I will praise you. Though you were angry with me, your anger is turned away, and you comfort me. Behold, God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. For yea, the Lord is my strength and song. He also has become my salvation. Therefore, with joy you will draw water from the wells of salvation. That is wild. It says, and in that day you will say, praise the Lord, call upon his name, declare his deeds among the peoples. Make mention that his name is exalted. Sing to the Lord, for he has done excellent things. This is known in all the earth. Cry out and shout, O inhabitants of Zion, for great is the Holy One of Israel in your midst. Take that as it resonates. Page 845. That's nice. I like it. Alright. I hope this resonated with y'all. If it's resonated with y'all and y'all like my stories, it's for entertainment purposes only. Use your own discernment in life. Okay? And if my story resonated with you and you'd like to add something or leave a comment or something like that, you're more than welcome. And also share these videos for other people that may be in your social circles or what have you, or on your social channels, page, so they can come and join the club. That's crazy about the aunt and uncle. The aunt and uncle. God, dog, man. It all adds up. It all adds up. It does. Anyway. It says, in relationships, the biggest thing you must look for is consistency. Every time you forgive someone who is not being consistent with you, you're giving them permission to hurt you again. You deserve better. So look, in saying that, the consistency of this emperor hasn't been too fucking much. I'm just saying. Anyway, the bottom of the deck wants a message too. So you hear it out. Opportunities will soon knock at your door. Debt will be wiped clean and your bills will be paid in full. Your finances are about to change. Somebody wants your forgiveness. But look for the consistency. Look, hearing that and the way I said it just now, feel the truth. Let your heart, your intuition, your knowing tell you, okay? If they're not being consistent, they're lying. They're the wrong person. Okay, there may be a test put before you receive the A+. Okay, I hope you get that. I hope that flows through your brain. If it don't, let it resonate just a little bit so you understand exactly what I just said. Okay, for some reason the fairy cards and the angel cards keep talking about spirit animals. So I'm going to get the spirit animal cards and see what they got to say to close this reading. Frog spirit, forever rely on God. It says clear out the clutter. Rely on God. I love that. Alright, let's get one and see what it says. If y'all like to donate to the channel, it's Cash App $AngelMoon6237. If y'all like to donate to JEANBEAN, that's me. It's AngelMoon6237. AngelMoon, $AngelMoon6237. There you go. How's that $sign in front? We got the Sandpiper Spirit. Be playful. Okay. We got a 51, which is big change for a 1. A new start. Big changes for a new start. 51. That's for the numer people out there. 51 says the Sandpiper Spirit. Be playful. The oracle message is sandpipers are like little cute clowns. Clowns are aliens. I don't like clowns. Anyway, we're going to continue with what the message says. It says, poking their beaks into the sand before darting off to chase the waves. The appearance of the Sandpiper Spirit is a sign that now is the time to engage your playfulness. Whatever task you have been before you, perform them with a lightness of being. Explore the familiar, discovering the new in the old. The new in the old, it says. Discover the new in the old. It says, who knows what treasures await you when you let yourself laugh and have fun. Sandpiper Spirit, happy and curious nature can help you to feel rejuvenated as you remember your ability to run and fly and dance playfully. The protection message. It says, when your heart is heavy and life seems to weigh you down, Sandpiper Spirit message is to lighten your burden by finding joy and humor. I've got to show y'all this. Look at the page number. 111. That's been a big number today. It says, finding the joy and humor in the everyday. Become like a playful child, filled with curiosity and wonder, and soon you will feel your own spirit lift. A few minutes or hours of fun-filled delight is exactly what you need now. Enjoy the ridiculousness of life and be willing to jump in. Let your inner goof out to express itself with abandon. I love that. Listen, the reading that we ended earlier today, it said God is asking you to be a child. Remember I talked about that. Be in awe of nature and stuff like that, okay? Be in the present. Be in the present, okay? I do not like the clown part of that. I'm not a clown fan. I ain't never been a clown fan. I might have dressed up like clowns in Halloween when I was a kid because we were limited to costumes, so I made our own. I made mine and my sister's. So sometimes I'd be a clown. But you know what? Most of the time that's so funny. I was a hobo. As a traveler. Because hobos weren't broke. They like to jump trains and travel. They were considered hobos or what have you. But they weren't broke. They had money. That's funny. This is third eye chakra. It is safe for you to see the energy of love in all its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. Integrity. Align your actions so that they match your values. Whoops. The inner knowingness of what's right for you. I told you you're just going to know. And you're going to be able to see the inconsistencies about, like if they're lying to you or whatever, if they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes or whatever it is. You're gonna know the inconsistencies. Okay? Just through your third eye. Okay? With these two cards, you're gonna see it. Okay? You're gonna see it in their aura. You're gonna see the consistency and inconsistency. It says, listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body is receiving accurate messages from divine. Power animal. That's the sandpiper spirit. The sandpiper spirit. The animal spirit is your guide, the guardian, is helping you with the situation. Take what resonates, y'all. I love it. I don't know why hobo got such a negative connotation, because those letters in hobo is powerful. Both of those, all three of those letters are very, very powerful. And having a double O in there, something is completed. I guess the hobo felt completed. Didn't need all that. I guess you could call the hobo a simplest. A simplest? Is that what you would call them? They don't need a whole bunch to be happy. They just wanted to travel. I know that for sure, y'all. A hobo's not a bum. I mean, there was some bums in the mix, but a hobo's not a bum. And just because somebody's homeless don't mean they're broke. It don't mean they're broke in. I just want y'all to know that. Some people like to travel. So, when dealing with others, be conscious of those things. That stuff ain't always what it seems, what it looks like, and what you assume it is. Okay? I mean, I've talked to many, a lot of times, the, quote, homeless people are ex-veterans. And they just don't like being stuck in a, where they can be watched, examined, and that. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they prefer to be free, out free, living in nature, sleeping in nature. You understand? So just be aware of those types of things before you assume and pass some kind of judgment on somebody. Okay? Because I can tell you from experience, when I was out there by myself, I won the jackpot and had $5,000 on me. Couldn't find a place to fucking live. It was just like that. I could not find nowhere. Not that I wasn't trying. I was putting in applications and everything. But there was nobody calling back. Nobody. It was so crazy. Then I found this perfect place that would have been perfect for me. It was a RV on a lake behind this old woman's house. Okay? But there was 2 or 3 RVs out there. Blah, 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 blah. Floor. Something was wrong with the floor. And I said, well, I don't mind just staying there even though the floor is like that. Da, 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 da. Well, they called me back and said, because I'm a female, I lived alone, that I couldn't. Because most of the people that come out there are men that are like getting out of jail. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I couldn't get me that place neither. Perfect. It was perfect. But they wouldn't give it to me because I was female. They didn't see me eye to eye. They only talked to me on the phone. But because I was female, and most of those places that they got 3 of them. One of them was empty. And they couldn't give it to me because I was female, because the guys that stay there are people that got out of jail. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm fucking living in my Jeep. You hello, lady? Please? She wouldn't. We don't think it's a safe thing. It's a safe idea. Da, 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 da. Okay. So I guess it wasn't meant. That wasn't meant. So I just kept carrying on. But Just wanted y'all to keep that kind of stuff in mind when you're dealing with other people. You don't know what they've gone through, what they're going through at that very moment, or anything, okay? Briefly, perfectly human. Be that, okay? Making an authentic life by getting real about the end. Let's read the end. This is acknowledgments. Hold on. Get out of the acknowledgments. The epilogue. Glitter wave. I think about my death almost every day. Sometimes it's because I'm doing something kind of ridiculous, like roller skating in the kitchen. I almost slip, and I imagine knocking myself out on the counter. I've done that before, where I've thought about it, like, what if I fell and hit my head in here? Nobody would know about it for days and days. I mean, maybe even months. I didn't wake back up. I thought about that before. Anyway, I imagine knocking myself out on the counter. Sometimes I think about my death because I've just stood at the gateway between this world and whatever comes next. Been there, witnessing the death of another. I still wonder how a human can have a spark of life in them, which then evaporates like a puff of smoke. And sometimes I think about my death because my entire life is leading up to the mystifying moment. Since we're born, we're dying, okay? Since the day we're born, we start dying. It says, now, none of us knows what happens when life is over. Many of us understandably choose to fill that space of not knowing with dread, out of the fear of leaving the only place we've ever experienced. Yet in our everyday lives, when we think about taking a trip someplace we never been, we can anticipate it joyfully. We can do the same with our deaths, if we choose to, adding sensory details so lush we can feel it in our bones. Here's what I choose. In the moments before my death, I am lying in my own bed, which is on a deck outside. My senses are fully engaged to the extent my dying body can handle, since this is the last time they get to take in the sights, sounds, smells, and touch that I've come to treasure. Allowing my eyes to feast on their last sunset, I want to see watercolor oranges, luscious pinks, and vibrant purples as the day dies into night over the treetops. I want to hear the wind fluttering through the leaves while the trees sway in their decade-long synchronized dance. I only hear the quiet chatter of my loved ones in the sound of softly running water from a creek just below. Orange and yellow sunflowers surround me on the deck, along with some peonies, which I can still smell from my deathbed. Nag champa amber incense float gently into my nostrils. I can also smell the trees and the dank, musty earth. My last meal hopefully included a ripe plantain, through my declining body likely hasn't wanted food for weeks. My friends and family do not hover, but they keep an eye on me in case I say something memorable. With my luck and sailor's mouth, my last words will be, holy fucking shit. Sound like me. A soft fleece blanket covers me, and I got on cozy socks. I hate cold feet, and shudder at the thought of being my last earthly sensation. My lips are moisturized as my skin, because I've got caregivers who know that I don't go anywhere ashy, especially not into my death. Got to keep my body looking as chocolatey as it can, and I better not be wearing a bra. I love that. My affairs are wrapped up with my loved ones. Now they all know what to do with my possessions and my remains. I want a green burial. Place my body directly into the earth, covered only by a hot pink orange raw silk burial shroud. No more than 3.5 feet under the ground, so bugs can devour my cellulite and dispose of my body naturally. They also have instructions for my funeral. It must be outside with my jewelry decorating low-hanging tree branches. I want those in attendance to grab a piece and wear it home. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. That's fantastic. Brightly colored gerberas, daisies, are on the tables, and photographs I've taken from my travels are all around. I want my mourners to wear an outfit they feel like that their most fabulous selves in, and to drink a whole lot of tequila, to dance and to cry, to sing, to laugh, and to comfort each other. I've left my beloveds with one most important directive: to tell the truth about who I am. Honor the richness of my lived experience for what it is: a blink of time and a pinprick of a body on a speck of a planet in a vast, vast universe. I want them to acknowledge the hugeness and the tininess of all of this. I hope my loved ones say that I lived in love and that I did my work. I want them to say that I encouraged them to stretch themselves into the edges of their lives, that it was not stingy. They better not make me a saint. I am just an equally a sinner. I want them to feel proud that they gave me the grace to be human. I want them to acknowledge when I was not the best version of myself. I reserve the right to change my mind, to acknowledge my mistakes, to shift my beliefs, and to grow until my death. I can be generous, loving, intuitive, purposeful, bold, and goofy. But I can also be righteous, petty, greedy, stubborn, judgmental, and impulsive. I am a whole person. Oh, I love that. I love that line, y'all. I want to die safe in a body, but also safe in my being, free to express discomfort and fear when it arises, safe in the knowledge that my loved ones will hold me there, to feel safe too. They speak freely with me about their grief over my impending death. Allow me to feel my own grief about leaving. My tears fall without a need to wipe them away. And if I haven't learned it before, at my deathbed, I will feel no shame about the depths of my emotions. I might be scared to leave behind everything I've ever known and loved, but I'm also ready. At my death, I am devoid of every last ounce of skill and talent I have cultivated. I am finally used up. I want to die in gratitude. I've moved fast my entire life, yet I want to saunter into my death like a tipsy woman might walk over to a lover across a dark room. I go in surrender. All of my questions about life are over. No more concerns about whether I was good enough to be loved as I am. I know that I was. No more worry about what others think about the choices I made. Any doubts I had about how I used my time are vanquished. My ongoing struggles with depression, doubt, and impulses towards mayhem have finally ended. I can no longer run away from the burdens I've created. It's done. It is done. My body, in its perfect size and ability, carried me through life, and now I'm at the moment of its death. It knows how to die. My breathing is slowed significantly, and my heart, weakened, is doing the best to pump blood to failing organs. My central nervous system has also slowed, yet the system of nerves, veins, and arteries that map my body start to tingle, as all the dopamine, serotonin, and DMT, and other feel-good chemicals course through me. I'd always wondered if dying feels bad, but in fact, this feels good. My sensory experience is growing thin, but inside my body, all the sensations and emotions I experienced while living are starting to gather up. Slow crescendo ringing. I begin to feel every joy, sorrow, excitement, grief, embarrassment, orgasm, shame, freedom, guilt, and glee that I've ever felt. I also feel the little things, like the squish of a frog I stepped on in Nairobi, under my bare feet, the rising heat of a car after the windows have been closed on a summer day, the opening notes to Stevie Wonder's A's. Most prominently, I feel love in this aching beauty. Love for myself, for my imperfect life, and love for humans, animals, plants, and insects that journey alongside me. This is it. I've lost connection to the outside world as my consciousness starts to swirl inside my body and move towards my heart center. My loved ones who have gathered to hold vigil hang on to my every breath. They do not have to wait long as I release one final soft exhale. My lungs rest and my body reverts to matter. Following my instructions, my beloved ones clap in celebration of life I loved and the grace with which I let it go. But I can only hear them very faintly. My senses have dulled. My consciousness expands outward, past the edges of my body, which can no longer contain the depth and breadth of my human experience. It is no longer responding to external stimuli or perceiving my body as separate from others. As the cells inside my body die, my consciousness expands bigger and bigger, like a helium balloon. I am beginning to experience the freedom of death, the freedom in not knowing and enjoying the ride anyway. Just when I felt every single sensation my body has ever felt, and cannot take another instant, the I, as I know myself, burst into fireworks of brightly colored glittery confetti. It fills the atmosphere with flecks of every conceivable color. When the confetti reaches its apex, having been hurled into the atmosphere with the impact of my life force, it scatters slowly, like soft snow. Then pieces of confetti represent who I was as a human, as I am an amalgamation of everyone I have ever met and every experience I've ever had. The pieces of confetti land in greater concentration on the people who loved me, and in lesser concentration on the people whose lives I touched. It will cling to them just like glitter does, getting stuck in every crevice of their being. This is how our dead stay with us. Interesting. If the flecks of glitter falling from the ether, I can see my dad eating the cardboard veggie hamburger, and my mom hot gluing stars onto my Burning Man boots. These old gold pieces of glitter. Stay golden. I see 6-year-old Bamazda hiding under the table while the Thriller video plays. How about cute, pregnant with my nephew. I also see his feet, which grew before my eyes from pudgy, dimply stumps to size 13. They are bronze, red, and navy. It says, Abba thoughtful and caring nature twinkles through in rose-colored bits of confetti. I see Kip's big old smile and blue glitter flakes. In yellow, I see my friends and former partners. The laughs we shared, the mirrors we held up, the pain we carried for each other. Looking up and around, I see Miss Bobby eating her oatmeal. It's almost over, y'all. I'm glad I read it, though. Cream pies, Glenn's gold shirt, Tasha's teeny weeny gap in her teeth, Nancy's hair barrettes. I see Jack's love for his son, Justina's Pomeranian, Dora's work plaques, James's baby's mama, Summer's baptism, Aka's dance arm, Leslie's decorative spoons, all represented in sparkles of colorful confetti, and many, many others. All around I see Peter everywhere. I see his love of the Gaetian condiment Saito that he puts on everything, as well as his cool leather jacket. I see him throwing Lelo into the air and see her delight. I see an inability to turn down any challenge I suggest, his love of Boston sports team. Those flecks are turquoise, but in deep magenta I see pain his death caused and the hole I carried throughout my life in his absence. All the little pieces of me that didn't stick with anyone, like my secrets and old hair bonnets, drift down and gently crash into each other in a massive wave of glitter. Big swells of the brightest and most vibrant color undulated across eternity as far as I can sense, moving to a rhythm as familiar as my walking diet. Slowly, the pieces of glitter confetti that once made up the magical, mundane, earthly experience of Alu Abu Arthur are seemingly enveloped back into the wave. Even the littlest pieces get swallowed and gobbled up, becoming part of the grand cosmic expansion once again. And I, quotation, am no more. I have returned to all that ever was and all that ever will be. It is complete, and I am safe. There is joy, there is peace, there is rapture, there is pure abiding love. There was my individual life, now extinguished, and indistinguishable from the billions who have come before and will die after. This is my hope for when I die. I hope death feels like riding a bright glitter wave, but I don't know, and since I don't know if I'll have it in my death, I will make it with my life. I look for the glitter in everything. We can spend our lives fretting about our deaths, or we can use our brief time to sink deeper into the experience of being human, for all it entails. The good, the tricky, the impermeate. We can acknowledge that our death will one day come and use the knowledge to create a life so whole, so honest, so juicy, that it is worth leaving. I have seen over and over human beings personally reckonings in the final moments of their life. It begs the question, what must I do to be at peace with myself so that I may live presently and die gracefully? Without our deaths, none of it would matter. There would be no context for what we do. When we live in relationships to our mortality, it adds direction to our actions, truth to our words, rapture to our experience, authenticity to our being, and maybe pounds to our hips. It says we can make choices that resonate with the core of our being, free from societal expectations and the judgments of others. While our lives and choices may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, they are not. With the dizzying serendipity that must occur for us to be born, the fact that we live is a miracle. If the best that we can do on any given day is roll over in bed, so long as we can make peace with our choices from the perspective of our deaths, then there's cause to celebrate. A daily practice of being with mortality gives us glorious opportunity to refine our priorities, redefine our values, and bring wonder and mystery to the wild ride of our unique lives. This allows us to reach the end downright raggedy, satiated, and drunk on life. But ready to go home because the party's over and our feet hurt. This is what I wish for all of us, a life that feels like the miracle it is, and a death that serves as a period of satisfying sentence. Because we live, we get to die. That is a gift. I love it. Because we live, we get to die. That is a gift. When your feet hurt, it's time to go home. Yeah. You know what? I went to a shelter a couple of times. I kind of enjoy that kind of stuff. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Just like riding that fucking train to New York and riding the bus back. I am one to talk to strangers. I like talking to strangers. I find it fascinating. Staying in them damn shelters is a trip, though. That shit's a fucking trip. When I stayed in, had men and women in it, but the men's was like an old gym, like an old high school gym or something like that. In the men's bedroom, like they had a whole bedroom, like there was a bedroom like 12 cots in it. You couldn't walk just down the middle. You could get on your cot. Okay, because you had a little area for your bag of stuff, your clothes and shit. That shit was crazy though. I enjoyed it. I mean, I felt like I was socializing. I don't know, that shit. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. I talked a lot about Jesus and stuff to the people that were curious. Because people tend to come to me and start talking to me about that stuff. And when they find out that I'm knowledgeable, boy, they tend to sit there and talk to me for a while about it. I don't know. I found that strangers tend to be more respectful to people. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. I did. I didn't like the whole staying in the shelter thing because those people were, I don't know what their deal was, but during the daytime they'd make you leave. Like when you wake up in the morning or whatever, you had to leave. I didn't have a car, so they took me to this like thrift store place. Okay, it was 12 of us, 12 of us at this thrift store place. Okay, and then those people started trying to like tell me that I couldn't stay at the shelter no more than like a few days, and that they have this thing called something house. They was wanting me to sign over my fucking Social Security check to them, sign that over to them so I could stay in that house and live in that house, and me have no money. They provide my food and like my bedding and stuff, and wanted me to sign my fucking Social Security check and my food stamps over to them for 5 people to live in this house. 5 people. I said, you're fucking crazy. I live in the street. Y'all crazy. Thanks, but no thanks. And I left my little bag in my hand. I said, bye. I'm not fucking doing that. I had a lot of money when I was homeless. I mean, I wouldn't even call myself homeless. I had a place to sleep. I ate. I slept. I felt healthier. I swear to God, man. I felt healthier. I felt like I was in better shape. I don't know. I miss it. I say that. I miss it now that I'm stuck in this motherfucker. You know, it's crazy too about like hindsight 2020, man. Fucking my instinct tells me immediately, and I talk myself into shit that my instinct done told me fucking no. Why I do that, I don't know. I wish I hadn't done it yesterday. That shit makes me mad that I did. She just kept on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and I was going, excuse, and she kept on and on, excuse. I was popping them excuses up there because I was saying, I don't know, I don't think that's a good idea, okay? And then one of my excuses, she hates this too because I'm very about spiritual stuff and stuff like that. She hates this. I said, one of my excuses was, I don't know, Sherry. That fucking blood moon is supposed to be tonight. I don't know if I should come. I think I should stay here and stay to myself. That's what I said. I should have too. I should have. But I helped her. As soon as I got fucking done helping her, her fucking attitude went flaring and she started disrespecting me. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I've had it up to here with your fucking disrespect. Fucking grown ass fucking... Nobody talks to me like that. What the fuck? What do you think you're doing? I was trying to talk to her about my grandson. This little crank up the radio on me. That was she's tired of hearing it. I said, tired of hearing what? She said some bullshit back to me. I said, that ain't even fucking what I said. You tired of hearing something that you can't even hear? I mean, what? Yeah. I'm still alive. Yeah. That situation is a recurring thing that's about to be put to an end. That's a recurring fucking thing, and it's not gonna go. It's not. It ain't flying. Okay, I'm just telling you that little situation, recurring. She thinks she could get away with it because she's my only child. I guess actions and reactions are about to take place is all I can tell you. Because all depends on... God knows what he's doing, okay? That's all we need to know. I'm still alive, you're still alive, and God knows what he's doing. Amen. Okay? Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad, too. I can't stand it. I didn't raise her like that. I know. I did not raise her in that manner. That was some kind of learned bullshit. Y'all don't even know. If you knew the whole fucking story, I did not raise her to be this. Look, I just as soon walk away and not talk to my mom than be disrespectful. I just, okay, and I'll leave. Right. And them babies ain't grown though. I'm not in her business. Period. Like, I'm not nothing in her fucking business. None. Her kids, they love their grandma. They want to come over here and see me. They want to come over here and stay here. Be here all the time. I can't afford it. To have 2 kids. You know, no extra help, no help at all. No help at all. I mean, it don't matter what my needs or anything like that. I mean, you know, hey, do you mind if I come and wash a load of clothes over at your house? Because the baby spilt milk all over my bed. No, I can't do that. Nope. My homeless couldn't even take a shower at her house. Ain't that some bullshit? Any fucking way. Anyway, we don't want to talk about that. We're letting that go. It says Kim, something about exotic. Answer this to what? Answer this to what Jesus is within you. Motion and rest. It says, I don't even remember writing this. Apparently I wrote it like twice. But I don't remember writing it. Answer this to what Jesus is within you. Motion and rest. Most likely. Take that as a resignation. This is no plan. No plan. Okay. Making up stuff being extra. Somebody's being extra. Answer this to what Jesus is within you. Motion and rest. Okay, I have to dwell on that for a little while. That's crazy. That's wild. Right. Yeah, I went through that too, about the grandson, because, you know, the grandkids are 6 years apart. I went through that about the grandson, because it was, she plays with me with these fucking, with that kind of, narcissist actions. That's the only thing I can fucking think of. And I don't know nothing about nothing that she does. She don't tell me nothing about nothing that she does because she's ashamed. Not that I would judge her. I wouldn't judge her. I've done shit myself. But she's ashamed of her actions and she don't want to face them. So she takes it out on me. Nah. Because Bonnie, I mean, I'm gifted. I do know the whole story. She just don't think that I do because she don't trust my gifts. You understand? I do know the whole story. Because I am gifted. Trust me, I know the whole story. Okay? And I'll tell you right now, I've been there and I've done that. Okay? Just saying. I've been there and I've done that. I know the story. I know it to the details of the story. She don't tell me though. Because she thinks I'm crazy because I'm gifted. Because somebody told her that I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? when she was at a very impressionable age. I went and got diagnosed when she was 12. You know what I'm saying? I went and got diagnosed when she was 12. She thought that she was going to catch it. Or what have you. And I told her, I said, well, what they fucking diagnosed me is what everybody in the whole wide world has. Everybody. I've never met a one motion person in my whole life. So, just saying. So, I took medicine for a little while. The shit, the doctor told me quit taking it. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm a unique individual. He told me so. Just saying. Anyway, we're going to put that down. We're going to leave it there. We done gave that to God. He's handling that. And we're just going to wait on God and see what He's got planned for us. Because I'm excited to see. I'm excited. Get excited, y'all. Because I'm excited. I mean, over and 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 over again. It says that you're get ready to receive. Over and over and over again. Be prepared and get ready to receive. Now I want to pull one of these unicorn cards. It says, your personal unicorn, bathe in pure love and stay open to unicorn magic, number 1. Look for the signs. Pay attention and expect an answer. 111, y'all. There's my sign. That's my sign. That's crazy. These ones have been flying around like crazy all day, man. All day. I just want to tell you, that's the sign. Look for the signs. The sign is the 111, okay? Been throughout this whole reading. Okay, we're at 3 hours. If y'all have been here for 3 hours, put in the comments, Jesus is Lord. Jesus saves, okay? Leave that in the comments if you've lasted throughout this whole reading. If you haven't hit that like button and that subscribe button yet, go ahead and hit that, if you will. 111, y'all. Woo-hoo! Stay golden. I love y'all. And if you want to donate to JEANBEAN, that's me. Cash App, $, ANGELMOON 6237. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see you on the flip side.